Hello, everybody. I apologize ahead of time, behind time. Had some technical difficulties, and everything went down apparently in the first 7 minutes. And since I can't check the chat uh, based on league rules, I just don't look at the screen at all, and so I didn't realize the whole thing had gone down. So we're gonna go ahead and luckily it went down just in the beginning. It went decently well, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll just redo it. All my test plays have gone more or less okay until Beyond the Veil comes out. So I'll just start this whole thing over. Um, we're playing Skids O'Toole for the League of Extraordinary Investigators. This is Scenario 3, the Miskatonic Museum. And this is the first scenario where we've actually been able to use a little bit of experience points. Things didn't go too well for us in the first two scenarios due to some mistakes especially. So finally we got 4 experience points. We used 3 to get Streetwise and 1 to get Ever Vigilant, which is in the deck. Pro tip, if you play with live cards, sleeve your permanents in either clear sleeves or a different color. That way you don't ever mix them in by mistake. Just something that I learned along the way. Anyways, we got some bad tokens. We got this Elder thing and this tablet. The tablet because we cheated in the first scenario, and the not like actual cheating, but the game mechanic cheating. And then the Elder thing we got from being defeated last scenario. So those are baddies. We don't want to pull those. And Skids on my trial runs, and even the run that just went down, has done very well. The only times that I've had issues here with this scenario is when Beyond the Veil comes out. When Beyond the Veil comes out, basically there's a timer that gets put on you that's far, far worse than just your typical Doom. As there are cards in that encounter deck that just mill your deck just over and over very quickly, and you can easily be defeated by taking 10 points of damage. Some investigators can survive that, but not too many. Anyways, let's randomize the locations. I'm not going to go over flavor text or rules. I'm just going to go very quickly because it is a league game. If you have any questions on any of the things that I did, or if you catch any mistakes, definitely let me know in the comments because, it's a league game, so we want to score these things properly. Plus, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. So, apologize ahead of time for audio quality. I'm far away from the camera because it's a live stream. I can't do the same things that I do normally when I record playthroughs, editing and all that, so apologies. My dogs might start barking. The creatures that guard the inn can be vicious at times, and there's no controlling them at times. Alright, so the exhibit hall, restricted hall is in the bottom 3, randomized, and then the other 3 are on top. Those go here. We cannot get to those just yet. We start in the museum entrance, which I'll go ahead and reveal. It's a 3-shroud, 2-clue location. Put our clues there. We will shuffle the encounter deck, we will shuffle our deck, and then we will begin the game. Strategy-wise, I started talking about it in the other video. I don't know how far into it I got, but basically, this Skids deck, now that I have Streetwise, as long as I have resources, I can investigate very reliably. So my plan is to just get these 2 clues quickly to advance and then move on from there. If I can get some combos out, I can get a ton of resources and then be getting extra actions and extra clues pretty easily. Otherwise, if Beyond the Veil comes out, then my entire play strategy changes and I just have to get out as quickly as possible. Otherwise, my intent is to try and maximize the victory points that are available in the scenario to try and catch up to everybody else who I am behind in the league. Currently, I stand, I think, in the lower tier or maybe in the middle as far as league points. Skids, I chose Skids because he is challenging, and I wanted to challenge myself in this league. I didn't want to throw in too many free victory point type cards and things like that, which would definitely help you win the league, and that is a valid 100% strategy. But I wanted to see how Skids could do without any additional help. So, I am not planning on winning the league. I do not think I can win the league. So this is just for fun. And our opening hand is Not super great. I like Lone Wolf. We'll keep that one. Chuck the rest. I do like to have a flashlight in my opening hand because the flashlight in this scenario is extremely important for Skids. 4. Get rid of that. 5. Okay. So we got some horror soak, which is nice, but no flashlight. That's quite alright. We'll just have to deal with it. We'll shuffle our deck again. So the slithering horror or hunting horror, it's not a tremendous threat, but he does ready sometimes. After you evade him, he could ready and move in on you. So that does make him a little bit more dangerous. And even though he does 1 damage and 1 horror, it can add up pretty quickly. So just to go over my opening hand, I got Lone Wolf, Double or Nothing, Venturer, 45 Thompson, and Something Worth Fighting For. A lot of very expensive cards. So luckily Lone Wolf is there though to help us out. We will gain our 5 resources to start. We also have a physical and mental trauma due to the mistakes that we made on the last playthrough. So now we're ready to begin. Hopefully this time the stream does not crash in the very beginning or at all. And let's begin. We start at the museum entrance. We are not going to try and bash the door down. We're just going to get our clues and move on. We're going to spend 2 resources to use Streetwise and boost our intellect to a 6. So we're going 6 to a 3. That's a -1. You get a clue. Do it again. 2 resources to use Streetwise to boost our intellect to a 6. -4. That is not good enough. Now we're in a dilemma. Now we're going to have to start drawing cards because I don't think I have anything to help me get that last clue, and I do not want to test a 3 to a 3. So we can't gain resources, but might as well get Lone Wolf out just to get it out of the way. So we'll put Lone Wolf into play. Oh, this is not good. Hopefully we get a skill card that gives us some intellect bonus. End our turn. We will now gain a resource, draw a card. Scene of the crime. Oh, we can't gain a resource. Sorry. Draw a card. It's scene of the crime, but we can't use scene of the crime right now. And that ends the turn. So we will put a doom on the agenda and draw our first encounter card. And it is Thermal Exhibits. Gotta test 3 intellect, or I lose a action for each point that I fail by. This is already starting out really bad. Hilariously bad. That's a -1, so we lose 1 action. Not the worst thing that can happen, I guess. As much as I'd hate to give up my Adventurer because he is so handy in this deck, there is another one in there. And I do have to get out of here ASAP. So we're going to go... Yeah, we're going to commit these 2 cards to the test. We're going to be at a 5 to a 3. Investigate. -1. Good. Alright, so these cards go away. We get that last clue. And we get to advance the act on our second turn. Usually on the first turn, but... so we get Adam Lynch in our little play area here. He is pretty useless and annoying. And we advance to Night at the Museum. Our goal now is to get to the restricted hall. So that was action number 2. Action number 3, oh, we get to reveal this. Action number 3, we'll move to the museum halls and end our turn there. Because action number 1 was our lost action. Action number 2 was investigate, which advanced the act, and action number 3 was that one. So really I only had 2 actions this turn because of this card. So now we will gain a resource and draw a card, which is going to be on the land. Okay, useful. Put another doom on the agenda, and we will draw our next card. Slithering behind you. So we have to search. There he is. Right in the middle. Do we shuffle the... No, we just shuffle the encounter deck. We don't shuffle the discard pile. Okay. He is engaged. And it is our turn again. So we're going to start our turn. Lone Wolf gets us a resource. We're going to evade him. 4 to a 2. Tablet. -2. That's good enough. Return one of our clues to our location, but there are no clues. So he is here, evaded. Action number 2. We will move to the security office, which we haven't randomized. Alright, so action number 2, we move to the security office, and it is a 2-shot, 1 clue location. We can use 2 actions, really 1 action, to search the top 6 cards of our deck for a card, which we will be searching for a flashlight. So that's action number 2, we move in. Action number 3, we'll use the ability. It's a 2-action ability, but because we have Adam Lynch, it only takes up 1 action. So 6 cards, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Man, still no flashlight. Still no flashlight. Either take the initiative. Let's go. We're gonna take the initiative then. That's okay. Okay. So that was action number 3. So what we have in hand is take the initiative on the lamb, double or nothing, 45 Thompson, and something worth fighting for. That ends our turn. We have to reveal a chaos token because the little slithering bugger can come in and attack us anyways. And it's a -4. So he just readies. He doesn't come after us. We will gain a resource and draw a card. It is double or nothing. Doom. Stalked in the dark. Well, he engages and attacks us. So we take a damage and a horror. That's not fun. That's not nice, guy. Okay. Turn. New turn. We can do this again. Only once per turn. So we're going to do that again. I need that flashlight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dude, where are the flashlights in this deck? Could do quick thinking. Alright, we'll get quick thinking. I forgot to get a resource for Lone Wolf, right? Alright. That was action number 2. Action number 3. Let's put down... Action number 3, let's try and get that clue. Actually, that's action number 2. Get that clue. Hey, it's an elder sign. So we get 2 resources. We get the clue, we get 2 resources, and we have enough to play our Thompson. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who needs a flashlight when you got a Thompson, right? You got 5 ammo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ammo. And that is our turn. He moves in and attacks us. No! So, we are 3 damage and 3 horror already. Resource and a card. I just added a doom to the agenda. Oh look, Vicious Blow. And let's draw our encounter card, and it is slithering behind you. If it's in play, add 1 doom to it. It doesn't say that it can make this advance. So that doom is really worthless. That's not bad. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's evade him. So his evade value is a 2. I think what we're going to do now is start moving. We get a resource from Lone Wolf. His evade value is a 2, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to double or nothing, so it's going to become a 4, and we have a 4. This is a 5. We're going to commit quick thinking, that makes it a 6, and on the line it's 7, 8, 9. 9 to a 4. 9 to a 4. Plus 1. We definitely succeeded by 2 or more. So, quick thinking gives us 2 extra actions. He is evaded. So, that's action number 1 out of... Here, let's do this. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, that was action 1. We had 2 left, and we get 2 free actions because of quick thinking. We're going to use an action to move here. We're going to use an action to use the clue to put down an exhibit hall into play. We're going to use an action to move into said exhibit hall. And we lose that action because this exhibit hall makes us lose our last action. So be it. That's okay. That was a nice play. Turn ends. Let's reveal a token and see if he comes back up and moves. And that's a -1. He does not. So he just readies and he stays there. Stays kaput. We'll gain a resource and draw a card. And it's Adventurer. Good. Good, good, good. Oh, goody, goody. Goody, goody. Doom on the agenda, which makes it advance. If Hunting Horror is in play, add 1 Doom to it. And then it says, if he's not in play, do this, which includes shuffling the discard pile into an encounter deck. I think we don't do that because it's part of the other sentence. I'm not sure. So if you know the answer, we'll just have to deal with that later. So we add Doom to this guy. We'll draw our next encounter card, and it is Passage into the Veil. Test 3 willpower. Okay. We're going to commit take the initiative. That's what it's there for. So it's going to be a 5 to a 3. -2. We succeed. No discard, each discard. I'm just going to check on the live stream and make sure that that's still going. Because... Good. It looks like it is. I would hate for it to crash again. Okie doke. So, next turn. There's no clues there. We're probably going to have to go to the administrative office and get our clues from there. So we're going to add a resource from Lone Wolf. Action 1. Action 2, we'll move to the administrative office, which has 1 clue on it. I have 4 fewer resources. I cannot investigate, and I do have only 4 resources. So, we'll have to wait. What we'll do is we'll draw a card. And it's quick thinking again. How handy. Okay. That is our hand. And that ends our turn. Slithering creature moves in to the museum halls. I will now gain a resource, draw a card. Ah, it is hypochondria. That's kind of bad. Okay. It is what it is. Doom goes on the agenda, and it is a locked door. So that tells us something, doesn't it? They don't want us to get here. So first, we can't investigate it unless we have four fewer. Oh, if we have 4 fewer. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and pick the lock first. This is a bit of a dilemma because I did want to grab that clue this round, but I guess I can just wait. Let's just kill the guy, right? What would that put us as? He would be at 4. Let's put us at 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. We're going to just move in and kill the guy first. Because we can't afford any of this to happen. Alright. We move in. That's action number 1. Hunting Heart engages. He's a 2/3/2. Excuse me. We're going to shoot him once with a bullet. Our fight goes to a 5. We're going to double or nothing. That's a 5 to a 4. Quick thinking. 6 to a 4. Vicious blow. 7 to a 4. 7 to a 4. 5. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8 to a 4. 8 to a 4. Minus 3. That puts us at a 5 to a 4. He does die. Nastily. We didn't succeed by 2 or more again, so much for quick thinking. That was action number 2. Action number 3, we will move back in to the security office. That ends our turn. We will draw a card and gain a resource. Doom goes on the agenda. He goes in the void. Twist of Fate. You have to reveal a random token, -1, so we take a damage. Not the worst card you can get, although that 2 horror would put me in a really, really bad position. Okay, so now what we're going to have to do is try to break this door down, or pick the lock, right? We gain a resource from Lone Wolf. We'll spend 2 to boost our agility with Streetwise. So that puts us at a 7, and we're testing against a 4. So that's action number 1, 7 to a 4 to pick the lock. And that's a -1, it's a skull, so we pick the lock, this goes away. Then we have 4 resources or more, which allows us to investigate. We'll go ahead and investigate. It's a 3 to a 1. -3, we failed. Let's do it again. 3 to a 1. -4, failed. That's our turn. Oh man, this is funny. Okay, so we will end our turn. We draw a card. It's hospital debts, and then we'll gain a resource, and we'll put it right on there. Yeah. We'll put another one there too. It's a free action to move resources to hospital bed, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, we add another doom to the agenda, and it's obscuring fog. You gotta be kidding me. This is... they really don't want me to get that clue. Turn begins, I gain a resource from Lone Wolf. And... we're gonna investigate. Oh, it's going to be a 3 to a 3, isn't it? So now we're in a bit of a dilemma here. I did want to put Venturer down because he is handy for several reasons. Okay, we're going to wait a turn. So let's use 2 actions to get rid of this. Done and done. And then we will use an action to draw a card. Perfect. This is actually very handy to have right now. Okay. Turn ends. Gain a resource. Draw a card. Doom goes on the agenda. And there it is, Beyond the Veil. Now we are on a timer. And it surges. So we pull another card. Passage into the Veil. Test 3 willpower. If you fail, you discard top 5 cards of your deck, which is devastatingly bad. Or we can kill Adam Lynch instead. I'd rather not do that just yet, but... I can't really pass this test right now. So let's think about the consequences of losing this test. We can, if we discard 5 cards, we're very close to this Beyond the Veil killing us. 2 bad pulls will take us out, I think. If we kill Adam Lynch, we get a bad token. But, you know, a bad token's just a bad token. Alright, let's test. Maybe we'll get lucky and pull an Elder Sign. And it's a skull, so we failed. Let's kill Adam Lynch. So we take a damage. Adam Lynch takes a damage, and he dies. We have to add this to our bag now. Whoop-de-whoop-de-doo. Okay. That is done with. Now that the obscuring fog is there, we gain a resource here. So now we can actually spend 2, still have enough to be able to investigate. That boosts our intellect to a 6. 6 versus 3. Anything to help here? No. 6 versus 3. Tablet. Probably the one we just threw in. That is a -2. Return one of your clues to your location. We have no clues, but now that we've succeeded, we do gain a clue. Finally, so that was action number 1. Action number 2. Action number 2. Let's see, this would cost 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Action number 2. We'll move into museum halls. We'll spend a resource to put the next exhibit hall down. That was action number 3. Action number 4. We'll spend 2 resources to use Skids' ability to gain an extra action. And we'll use that action to move to exhibit hall. And it is the Medusa exhibit. 1 clue, 2 shroud. After you fail skill tests, discard an asset you control. Okay, fair enough. Turn ends, draw a card, and it's emergency cash. Gain a resource. Put a doom on the agenda. Stock behind you. There is no creature in play, so it gains surge. Curse luck. Am I happy to see you there? Okay, so let's start moving. Now we're going to kick it into high gear. Skids is going to start moving very quickly here. So what we're going to do is we're going to play emergency cash to gain 3 resources. That's action number 1. Action number 2, we will play ever vigilant to bring out 3 things. First, the bandolier, which will give us an extra hand slot for when if we ever get our flashlights. Venturer. So this costs 1, this costs me 3, and this costs me 2. So I do have enough resources. Basically, all is in play now. That was action number 2. Action number 3, I still have bandolier in hand. Action number 3, we will, what are we going to do? We're going to, we'll draw a card. Or we got to get rid of this, don't we? We'll gain a resource, and we'll use a free action to move a resource to it. Turn ends, draw a card, gain a resource, move another resource to hospital debts. Alright. Put a Doom on the agenda. Doom will advance next round. Arcane Barrier. Well, I'm glad it's here and not there. That's the worst spot for that card to go to, because then Skids is screwed. Alright. That is fair enough. Let's make the best of this and move on forward. We start our turn. We gain a resource from Lone Wolf. We're going to use 2. For Streetwise, we are going to increase our intellect to a 6. We're going 6 to a 2. If we fail, we have to discard an asset. 6 to a 2. Curse luck gives us -1. So 5 to a 2. And that is a -1. We nab the clue and the experience point, or the victory point. Arcane Barriers here. So that was action number 1. Action number 2, we're going to move. And we have to test 4 against the Arcane Barrier. The best thing that we can do is commit Steadfast, which is going to give us 2 willpower icons. No. So we are testing a 4 to a 4. This is a long shot, and it's a tablet. It is a tablet. We have to drop this clue on the museum halls now, and discard the top 5 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy. Okay. Turn ends. We draw a card. That's a 45. This advances. If Hunting Horror is not in play, he goes into play in the museum halls. So he engages us. He gets a little stake there. And +1 to combat, health, and evade. And we have to shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. We have 7 rounds. 7 rounds. I want to get 3 more experience points, whether I die or not. That's really my goal right now. So we got to kill this guy and then just try and get as many clues as possible. That is that. We have to pull an encounter card, and it is a locked door. So now, we have to fight to get this clue out of here to get the next museum. I've never had this kind of thing happen before in this scenario. It's kind of funny, actually, that was part of it. So, first things first, we got to deal with the Hunting Horror. Let's shoot this guy. So we're going to use another bullet. He has 4 health now. So we're going to have to shoot him twice. So another bullet puts us a 5 to a 3. We'll commit Bandolier. 6 to a 3. -3. We got him. So he takes 2 damage. We'll shoot him again. And we're going to use Venture to put another ammunition on there. 6, we'll commit this for a 6 to a 3 again. Auto fail! No! He hits us back with Retaliate. He hits our Venturer. That Hunting Horror was upset that the Venturer gave us another bullet, I guess. Third action. Shoot him one more time. 5 to a 3. 0. He's dead. Hunting Horror is taken care of. That is our turn. Draw a card, gain a resource. We could die here if we get a bad pull. Curse luck. Whew! Okay. Whatever. Let's try and we get a resource from Lone Wolf. Let's try and pick the lock. Spend 2 resources to boost our agility to pick the lock. We are testing a 7 to a 4. Auto fail again. We're going to gain a resource. Oh, boy. Spend 2 resources to boost our evade. 7 minus curse luck, 6 to a 4. That's a tablet. Minus 2. Drop a clue. We don't have a clue, so we gain a clue. Or we don't gain a clue. We get rid of this. That's 2 actions. Third action. Oh, this is getting scary. I don't want to get hospital debts and lose all my the 1 experience point that I could gain here. I'm going to gain a resource and throw it on hospital debts. That ends my turn. I'll draw a card and gain a resource, which I'll move to hospital debts. And then do them on the agenda, and we get Lurking Behind You, which gains Surge because the creature's not in play. Crypt Chill. Test 4. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. We don't have 4. We're not going to succeed against a 4 willpower. Minus 3. That's a failure. We have to discard an asset we control. Well, at this point, I think I can use a free action here to gain another ammo. I think, before I get rid of him. I don't want to check the rules booklet right now, so if I don't use all the ammo, then it's not going to impact the game. If I do use all the ammo, then let me know. Alright, that ends that. Mythos phase, we gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Let's go ahead and gain a resource as an action. Spend 2 resources to boost our intellect to a 6, going versus a 2. Tablet, we get the clue. And then we're gonna use our final action to use that clue to bring out another exhibit hall. That ends our turn. We'll draw a card and gain a resource. First aid, we don't need that. Uh-oh. Passage into the Veil. Test 3 willpower. We'll probably fail and take 1 damage. Minus 1. We take a damage. That's okay. Let's action. So first thing, we gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Action, we will move to Exhibit Hall, the Hall of the Dead. 3 shot, 2 clues. Take a heart if you fail the investigation check. That's quite alright. It's quite alright. I would draw cards if Beyond the Veil was not there. We have to do this. Spend 2 resources. Boost our intellect to a 6. Going a 6 to a 3. +1. Gain that clue. Alright. And I will then move to the museum halls as second action. Third action, use my clue to reveal another exhibit hall. Ends the turn. Gain a resource. Draw a card. Ephemeral exhibits. I don't have anything I can commit, so we're just going to go 3 to a 3. I'm hoping we don't fail, because losing a whole round would suck. -2. We lose 2 actions, so we have 1 action left. Gain a resource from Lone Wolf. Or 1 action left. We're going to move into this exhibit hall again. That ends our turn. We have 1 turn left. Gain a resource, and then there's the dumb flashlight. Pushed into the beyond. Choose and shuffle a non-story asset and discard 3 cards. This kills us. Wow, this was horrifically bad. Yeah, this will kill us. And we just got 1 victory point. That is insane. Every test run went through smooth. This turned into a disaster. So, and then of course with my bad luck, the stream goes down when I did do well. Okay, well, let's choose an asset. It's going to be the Bandolier. And this will kill us. 1. Oops. 2, 3. Force effect of Beyond the Veil. We take 10 damage, killing us. We are dead. And we got 1 victory point out of it. The end. Well, it didn't go as planned, and now we have 2 physical trauma, 1 mental trauma. We have a tablet. We have a tablet in the bag, 2 tablet tokens in the bag, 1 Elder Thing token in the bag. This campaign is just deteriorating very quickly, but so be it. It's been a fun one so far, and it's getting hilariously brutal for Skids. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry that the first stream went down. I promise you that one went decently well. It wasn't perfect, but it went decently well. This one, unfortunately, was yet another disaster for Skids. One day I will bring you a really nice playthrough where Skids is just going to blow through it and do amazingly well. And I'm hoping it's the train. I'm hoping our next scenario at the Essex County Express ends up being a good one for Skids. We'll see. Who knows? The way this is going, Skids is probably going to die again. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.